So there was a crazy clash between ICE agents and so-called protesters at a farm in California. $1 million questions. What kind of farm is this? Who wound up getting detained? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the crazy clash between ICE agents and so-called protesters at a farm in California. Now, this was at Glass House Farms in Camarillo, California, and Ventura County. Now, $1 million question. What kind of farm is this? Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about picking pecans and peaches and avocados and grapefruits. Like, what are they actually growing on this farm? Well, I can show you better than I can tell you. Immigration raids on California cannabis nurseries spark protests. So when you see this in the news and they just say, oh, it's a farm raid, you might think that they're just growing regular stuff, tomatoes, and they're growing weed. And also what I was asking from the beginning, who did the feds wind up arresting? Who did they wind up getting in the ICE raid? Well, there were quite a few minors who were arrested on the farm. So look, I'm no mathematician. You know, I don't have all the answers. I'm not the best at deductive reasoning. But if ICE agents raid a farm and they arrest illegal aliens, and some of them are minors, I'm thinking you got kids working illegally on a weed farm. So is that what we're going to do? Look, in 2025, is that what we're doing? We're bringing in illegal alien child slave labor to pick weed and sell it. Is that what we have devolved into as a people? And you know, the funny part is people that will be out there protesting against this, as far as protesting the ICE raids, would also say that a guy like Ron DeSantis is wrong for wanting 15 and 16-year-olds in high school here legally to work at a restaurant at 11 o'clock at night. At least he didn't say have illegal aliens from all over the world work on the weed farm. Now, before I go any further, we got some videos here. This is going to be California Democratic Rep. Julia Brownley talking about what happened on the actual farm. Then we're going to get into a news clip. And of course, this clip, all my clips will be in the description. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
What we've really seen here is horrific. It shouldn't be this way. It is vulgar. It's un-American. This is not what we are about here. What we've really
So what's vulgar? Having illegal alien minors work on the weed farm or the ICE raids? I'm just kind of confused. Let's take a look at this. You have someone from the crowd shooting at ICE officers.
Take a look at this video right here. It appears a protester fired some kind of gun at federal agents. This happened this afternoon. It was a really chaotic scene at the time. A lot of smoke was being launched at the protesters. And again, it appears a protester fired back with that weapon. It looks like he fired at least a couple of times. We have not heard about any agents being hurt. Take a look.
And meanwhile, he's flagging his comrades out there. He probably would have. This guy probably would have hit one of his own people before he hit one of the ICE agents. But either way it goes, he has to go straight to the penitentiary, bit rocks, load of rocks right away. Right away. Now, here is a video from CNN. They're going to cover it a little bit more. Let's check it out. I may pause it at certain points to give my 2 cents, but probably not. Check it out.
Video shows federal agents deploying what appears to be tear gas canisters into a crowd of protesters at a farm in Ventura County, California.
Oh my God, look it! They're attacking for no reason!
The incident took place at a farm on Laguna Road near Camarillo. Mayor of Oxnard, Louise MacArthur, referred to the location as, quote, a marijuana cultivator in a post on Facebook. Cannabis cultivation is legal in the state of California. The Ventura County Fire Department said they responded to calls of people having breathing problems in the area. A witness told CNN he was tear gassed during the incident, causing his eyes to burn.
Now, I got to pause right here. So let's just give a little bit of context. So the feds came, did their raid, and after the raid was over or toward the end, that's when you get the so-called protesters coming in from who knows where. I doubt that these are all California locals. They probably come from all over the country, and they're probably well-funded.
White House border czar Tom Homan told reporters, quote, they can protest all they want, but they cross the line, they're going to be arrested. Homan did not provide further details about the operation. It's unclear if any arrests were made during the incident. CNN reached out to U.S. Customs and Border Protection for comment and was instructed to contact ICE.
So breaking overnight, a standoff between federal immigration agents and protesters outside a cannabis farm in California. The raid happened in Ventura County. The video shows agents clashing with protesters, deploying what appears to be tear gas into the crowd. The fire department said that it responded to reports of people suffering with breathing trouble. Here's border czar Tom Homan speaking on Fox News about it.
Shout out Tom Homan. Shout out to him. One of the best to ever do it.
People are welcome to protest. They have their First Amendment rights, grew up, but they can't cross that line. They can't impede us from doing our job. That's a felony. They certainly can't put hands on an agent. That's a felony. So what happened in California is just another example of protesters becoming criminals. ICE agents are simply enforcing the law that members of Congress enacted.
And we are now learning that the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information on a man who they say appeared to fire a gun toward the immigration officers. CNN's Veronica Miracle is following this one for us. What's the latest you're picking up?
Well, Kate, we're learning this morning that 10 people under the age of 18 were found at that farm, 8 of them unaccompanied. And so now the Customs and...
So we have 10 minors who were found at the farm working, I would presume. My question is, how old are these people? 17, 16, 14, 12? Like, what are we talking about? Either way it goes, you're talking about minors. Now, last time I checked, I didn't think minors were allowed to smoke weed. Oh, we're talking about some weeds legal to grow in California. Well, can you be 15 years old working on the weed farm? Can you be there illegally as a minor on the weed farm? Is that what we're doing in 2025? I sure hope not.
Border Protection Commissioner Rodney Scott says this is also turning into a child labor violations case. A spokesman for Homeland Security said that they were conducting criminal warrants at Glass House Farms. There's a marijuana facility. They had 2 different locations, and there were raids happening at both of those locations. And then what happened is protesters quickly descended upon those farms when word got out. This lasted for hours. There were people who were well into the night being taken away, detained. We don't know at this hour how many people have been arrested, but here's what protesters had to say about what unfolded at the scene.
They started throwing pepper balls, tear gas, smoke, everything, just trying to disperse us because they're scared. They know that we're gonna push back against it.
We're here united. We're not letting ICE agents in. We're not letting ICE agents out. We've been trying to block in since we're not giving them what they want.
And this devolved very quickly. It got out of control. The FBI says that a man is they're looking for information for a man who may have fired a gun towards officers. They're offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of this person. And there were all kinds of chaos. At one point, protesters actually blocked the entrances into the farm. And so there was a massive standoff. This went well into the night. We're still waiting to learn exactly how many people were arrested, but we did see from aerial footage busloads of people being taken away. We saw people lined up, detained at the facilities. So as soon as we get more information, we'll bring it to you. Kate?
Yeah. There we go. So shout out to them for that coverage. And shout out to the Fed. Shout out to the ICE agents, anybody in first responding, law enforcement. Shout out to you guys because I know your hands are full, especially over there in California. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Again, I didn't think in 2025 I'd see child labor on the wheat farm, and the child labor was brought here illegally. So you're going to smuggle in children to work on a weed farm illegally. And I'm wrong for saying that that shouldn't happen. And even to the adults, anybody, you got illegal alien labor out there doing this kind of stuff. At a certain point, this has to come to an end. It's harming the country. It's dangerous. We don't need it. I voted for this. I don't know about everybody else. I think the majority of you guys watching this probably voted for this. I voted for this. As I said from the beginning, and as I say right now, the illegal alien issue was the top issue of the election, and it remains so many months after the election is over. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about the Glass House Farm raid out there in Ventura, California? Was it necessary, unnecessary? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How about the children, or at least the minors, working on the farm? Is that okay? Not really a big deal. Oh, it's whatever. You could be 14 years old from Venezuela here illegally working on the wheat farm. That's totally fine. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This whole situation is really crazy, really out of control. And I'm glad that ICE are doing their best to get it under control and get things back to normal. Listen, 20 million illegal aliens in 4 years of Joe Biden has caused us a lot of problems. The Democrats thought they'd be able to solve inflation because when you bring in all these illegal aliens, it drives the cost of labor down. But Americans work labor jobs too. So we are getting lower wages and we still got inflation. Plus we got the crime and the violence and the confusion with 1,000 different languages spoken from the migrants. We got to get it under control. We got to get things back to normal, because if we don't, we're in for a lot more problems than what you saw in the video. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.